And these operators. I mean, at this point, they can't go over there because I've told them exactly where they're allowed to operate, but we've got 2 operators over here. I guess I could just have them running this, which only require... Oh, actually, I think this requires 4, doesn't it? Or does it require 2? No, crew requirements 2, so that's fine. Then these operators, I guess, if I select them and just do that, they'll work out where they need to be. There we are. That should be everything. I do have some diamond in the sulfur storage, yeah. It should get sorted the moment I unpause, but because I have the crew designated very specifically to certain areas, it might not. We'll see. Alright, time to unpause and see as the crew rush around and get things done. That's right, my ants. Go, go, go. 1 shield's online. 2 shields, 3 shields. 4 shields. Bridge is online. One engine room is up. Oh, actually, they can hold 2 charges, not just 1. Okay, that's pretty good. All of the point defense is now charged. All of the thrusters are loaded. The scanner is about to come online. Scanner is online. Got a bit of hauling going on. Suppliers have no idea where the hell they're going right now. Rushing around like blue-ass flies. Why am I moving walkways the wrong way around? What do you mean? Aha! Spirit has activated the trap card once again with the most cheesiest of cheesy suggestions. That stinky cheese. Wanting to build the thrusters inside the ship. My lord. Hurling all of that reaction mass against the ship, thus countering all of the propulsion that you've just generated. Literally playing tug of war against yourself. Don't worry, I absolutely know that that's a thing you can do. I just choose not to because it's super cheesy. Will they never stop, though? All right, okay, so I am noticing that you're not... Why are there operators not in these seats? Have I miscounted? All the operators there, operators there, operators there. Not operators over here, though. Some operators there. 4, 8. Oh, you know what? I don't think I did count that 8. 10, 12. Yeah, we're up to 19. 12. Yeah, this only takes us up to 16. And even if I have the 3 there, it'll only take us as high as 18. So how could we make this work correctly? I could simply have a single bunk for each of these. So that would be 3 single, oh well, you know, double bunks. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then another 3. God damn it. Why? Alternatively, one of these bunks alone mans each one of these. Each collection. So then I only need another 2. So yeah, we could do it that way. That would work. So let's go in. Design mode. Whomp. Whomp. And then this can go. And instead, we can add a little bit of armor around the vulnerable bridge section. And a particular space may as well be protected. Of course, we'll tell the crew that we're doing it for their safety. Right, let's get them all set up. Actually, don't do that one. And then these 2 do that. There we go. Now, what's your crew? We've got just a few shy. I could take some of the suppliers away in order to make sure that we have all of the operators we need. Now, bearing in mind that this gives us 24 and we need 19. Oh, we've also got the ones up here. We've got 3 over there already. So I don't need you. We've got the 3 in there. How about I leave 1 on each side? Gives me 4. Are any of these almost empty? Got them moving down. Doesn't look like we're losing anyone. Right, they're heading to the correct bunks. And let's make sure that you've topped this area up completely. But once we've got enough, then I will send some of our supplies away. Possibly, we'll see. 2 supplies there, good. 2 supplies there, good. 2 supplies there, 2 supplies there, good, good, good. We've got almost a full complement of supplies down here. So right now, these are the excess operators. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So have one of you move across. 1, 2, 3. How many? 6 in there. So, I think, yeah, these are basically excess operators. Almost a full bunk's worth. I might be pissing into the wind here, but are you aware that the crew numbers are 52 crew out of 56 available bunks, not 56 needed crew? Your needed suggested crew is determined by the line of the bar. Yes, I am quite aware of that. I mean, I was literally counting the amount of people I needed down here. Like, the operators on this side is exactly 19. And then I want basically full bunks of suppliers. The operators up here needed is 3 each, but I'm leaving 1 spare. And then we've got 2 supplies each. Like, I haven't done a full tally on the crew. I was just going through each bunk, like calculating how many of each role do I need in which part of the ship, and then checking out the excess. I'm fine with having an excess of suppliers. Though maybe this is a little bit too much of an excess of supplies, if I'm perfectly honest. We can hemorrhage a lot of the crew on this ship now to our other ships. That is true, actually, Maximilian. I could switch the 2 2x2 bunks to 4 2x1 bunks. That is true, as that would reduce the overall by 4, and I've got 5 extras. I could do that. It would look interesting. Having more space for crew is never a bad thing, though. It's just making sure that I'm not crewing the excess on this ship if I don't need to, is my thing. No, I need 3, but I've already got 3 in there. That's the spare. So I've got 4 operators in each section over here. And I've got 2 suppliers in each section over here. It's a little bit hard to see, but they are there. No worries, Nuki World. I could totally, though, go with having the 4 bunks. Just to reduce it a bit. Maybe have them on the sides. Did you see there's a build new ship button in the corner? I just wondered myself, didn't the new update add that? Yeah, it was the most recent update, yeah. Alright, I think that's good enough for now. Should we just take the ship out as is and see how it performs? This has easily got enough power. We're generating stupid amounts of power that we don't need. There is a part of me that does wish I was running these off these massive batteries, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's just see how this ship goes. We don't need to save the ship itself because it's already... this design is effectively saved. But what I will do is I'll drop a save. Go. Right. Let's go and see what we got over here. Renegade. Oh, it's a renegade pack. Maybe I want to go for a fugitive bounty instead. That'll be a little bit easier since there'll only be one enemy that way. Got some nice boosts there. Zoom, zoom. Up to 86. Oh, is renegade pack actually easier than fugitive? Oh, well. It looks like the Scarab's going to get a proper test then. Am I actually able to catch up? I'm slowly catching up with you. Now I'm very quickly catching up with you. Okay, let's slow down time. Hello? Please turn. God damn it. It's so slow to turn. So slow. Right, what have we got? Should be an easy one. This is just a roving pirate, I think. I'll go for that section there. We're going to need to close distance with you a lot before we can do it, though. And you might drag us into another fight. Should be fine, though. Got another unknown signal over yonder. Right, we're almost in range. Oh, wait. I haven't. Is that told to link up? Because I did move things around after all, so I need to tell it again how to engage. I almost forgot about that. That one's linking up, that one's linking up. This one's linking up. Yeah, we're good. Come on. We're just faster than it, so closing that last little bit is taking an age. But the moment it engages, we'll actually... There we go. Beautiful hit. Right, take out its weapon systems, please. Zoom out a bit so we can see any cannon shots heading towards us. And pop. Activate boosters. Pick up the disruptor next. Why is it not firing? Is it just targeting? Yeah, it's got full power there, so that's not the issue. Also, I do need to move those diamonds, but I'll move them onto the Hercules in a moment. And that's that one down. What else do we want to take out? Let's go for your thrusters then. Oh, actually, I could just go for the cockpit at this point. Incoming shots being nixed by the flat cannons. All right. As far as I could see, there were no issues with any power supply. Oh yeah, you are quite right. My suppliers are walking against the walkway there. They come out and turn easily enough, but... Oh well, they're only walking against the walkway when they're going in there. Let's have a watch. Yeah, they come out of this door and have to walk against the walkway. Right. That is a fair point. Let's have a watch of you returning. Are you returning for a battery? Yeah, they do it okay normally, but if they're coming out of this doorway, they're going to the reactor. That's the only thing that makes sense for them. So that is a very, very astute observation. Thank you ever so much. Really? Scallywag. Fine. Let's get some calls. This is where having some crews specifically set up as like porters would be useful. Maybe I should go for that. Having specific porters to deal with this sort of thing. Why not just rotate the bunks? I mean, I could do, but then the door is further away from the reactor, which reduces how quickly they can get in there and do the stuff that I need them to do. Don't need that door. Go ahead and grab it if you can. May as well. I'll move that over somewhere else at some point. Yoink. Okay, so that was a decent enough test. Those three crystals next to the ions look like eyes and a nose. I suppose they do, actually. Alright, what do you think of that so far, chat? Happy with the performance so far? I have a tip I found out to get a lot of money early on and unlock the whole tech tree with no noticeable negatives. You know, of those rescue the station missions, just let 1 and 2 die and salvage afterwards, and you have money you need. Drafar, great. That's actually what happened in the second episode of my Let's Play. We were a little bit late getting in there. We didn't let it die, just weren't super fast in getting it done, and ended up with so many hypercalls that I was able to kickstart the tech tree. Yeah, we do need to test it against something bigger, a much more significant fight. I do agree. But so far, so good, I think I'll say. I do think maybe getting porters here would be a wise move. Specifically people to move around ammo and such. Which means that I'm going to need porters over here specifically. Which is a bit of a pain. It isn't the worst thing though, I suppose. Since if we're getting down to the point where I'm needing to load ammo in the middle of a fight, then having 2 people to do it on each side is going to help out. So let me go ahead and make that adjustment. And in terms of the command crew down here, while it does take up the same amount of space, we could go ahead and do this, yeah. These 4 bunks then more or less limit how many crew get assigned to these roles. And I could instead have more bunks then for porters. Which does mean we don't cut down the crew as much as I would have liked, but since this cuts away 4 out of the 5 spares, that means 1 spare is still there, but it would allow me to give 4 general porters. Now, the porters on this side, there's no ammo loading going on here. So that would actually be okay. And you know what? The porters being close to the storage makes sense. Make it so. Right, okay, so instead of the suppliers, we're going to go with energy suppliers. Energy suppliers, energy suppliers. Also, wow, what's going on? Gina Prime, thank you very much for the 24 months. Swift Squirrel for the 25. And Lego, thank you very much for the 5. Diolch yn fawr iawn to all of you. Thank you so much for the support. When he goes to tea break, I'll have some peach and honey flavoured rooibos. Ooh, that sounds very fancy. Right, so porters on this side and porters there. Now let's just allow the crew to switch around. Make sure they're correctly set. These porters... I guess the porters could really be set up for anything. Realistically. I mean, Hyperion needs to be loaded as well, so... That's the only thing that needs to be loaded as far as actual materials go. And as such, then, we'll get rid of the suppliers role. So suppliers were just doing the job of porters. Now, to remind you what these roles are, if you haven't been following along with the Let's Play over on YouTube, they don't operate or supply batteries at all. They only supply things like ammo, which they do at a very high priority. They also obviously extinguish fire, so that's a good point, actually. I need to make sure that you have... you're allowed to use the fire extinguishers on your sides. There we are. Yes, Aavak, you managed to get me darn near addicted to that blasted concoction. Mwaha! Fantastic. Peach flavouring can go a long way, yes. Very much so. But as far as the role itself goes, go back into priority. So, they will operate fire extinguishers at a very high priority. There's nothing really much else in here. Hyperion... Let's load that as a priority 6, I'm going to say. Fire extinguisher to 10, supplying ammo at a 9, that makes a lot of sense. But flak takes priority over any of these ammos, and the cannon ammo takes priority over missile ammo. Flak is obviously at the 9 there. Hyperion can happen about a 6, I believe. Missiles at a 7, yeah. And then gathering resources, I'm going to move those down in a moment. But in terms of the cannon factory, I'm going to say that this is at least... Yeah, I'm going to say that it's a 6. Same with high explosives, same with EMP, same with nuke. And mine. But everything else is a 2. And the reason for that is that while I want them to do these factories, yes, obviously, I don't want them... I want them to prioritize things that are critical, like ammo. Oh, thank you very much. We've got a friendly ghost in chat right now, just gave a sub. Thank you. And Gina Prime, thank you very much for the bits as well. And Eden, Ocardian? Or Cadian? Cardian? Orchardian? I'm not sure how to enunciate the CH in your name, but thank you very much. I almost want to go with like the way you'd pronounce Orichalcum, but Orchard, Ian. You see, you confused me with the lack of the camel hump caps on the Ian part, but thank you very much, Eden Orchard Ian. That's very kind of you indeed. That's very, very kind of you. Straight out of the gate with a 10 gift sub bomb. That's fantastically generous. Now, in terms of the ammo, like I said, I want these on a 6. Basically, I want them just behind supplying the ammo, so they don't spend time making more ammo when there's ammo there to give to things that need it. I want them to load the ammo first, but then this gets a high priority, and then general industry, that's super low priority. Storage bay stuff, I'm going to say also a super low priority. Set all priorities in storage to 1. Everything there is that. And at this point, I would like gathering resources to be a 5, a 4, and a 3 in priority. So basically, get out there and gather the resources. If you've been told to salvage, you can also salvage the resources. But if you've been told to eject the resources, eject the resources. Maybe I'll put salvage mine at a 2 instead. And then put the factory up at a 3. This way, porters on the Hercules won't try to get out there and salvage stuff. Like, if they've got work inside, they'll do the work inside first. Because realistically, the Hercules' mining lasers should be the ones salvaging. Alright, there we go. Yeah, porters are now properly set up. Operators, just to recap, pretty much just operating at varying priorities depending on what I want them to operate. Though perhaps this could do with a little bit of a tweak as well. Yeah, we should probably tweak this. So engine room should be operated at a priority of 8. Flak at 9. Basically defensive systems at 9. Engines at 8. And then all weapon systems at various levels after that. Just to make sure that they get done. Primary weapon systems would be the railgun and the deck cannon, then missiles and large cannons, then moving sort of down below that. But I'd say the deck cannon and the railgun, they're main weapons. So if I've got one of those on a ship, it's probably the only one. It's only one or the other, more than likely. Pop those down in this order. Mining laser is going to be all the way down here at an operative 3. Don't worry about that if there are weapons that need to be operated. Sensor array is as high as engines, not as high as defensive systems. Tractor beam, because this is an offensive system, I'm going to say if I've got a tractor beam on a ship, it's probably intended to be operated fairly high. So I'm going to put it at, just below my main weapon systems. And another 5 gift subs as well. Thank you so much. That's incredibly kind. Sorry, I was completely drawn into my own world there, just going over the properties of the operator. It's all okay, Aavak of the Dapperdell realm. That's a nice way of putting my name. I like it. Oh, Butters Ray with 5 gift subs as well. Chat, you're being incredibly kind. Thank you. Now, as for energy suppliers, to no one's surprise, this is purely going to be... now, every role uses the fire extinguishers, by the way. Or should. That's a super high priority. Defensive systems are then level 9s. And I consider point defense in there. All of the bridges are level 9s. Now, I'm going to say that all of my thrusters are a level 8. And that supplying the battery to the hyperdrive is going to be level 8 as well. As for the weapon systems, I'm going to start at 7 on these. It's pretty much the railgun modules that need batteries at a level 7. Because that's all they do. They supply only batteries. The ion beam will be at a level 7 as well. This can be way down there. After that, 6, 5, 4, 3. Oh, wow. Rex, Bale, thank you very much for the 5 months. Diolch yn fawr iawn for the long-standing support there. And Eden Orchard Ian in with another 10 gift subs. Just pushing the hype train to max. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a heads up. There is no longer a max. Thank you ever so much for that, though. That was incredibly, incredibly kind of you. But there are no more maxes, so please don't be suckered in by the I've just got to get to the next number and then that'll be it. No. Resist. That's like Vegas talk. But yeah, the level 5 used to be the max, but it now just keeps going. Gina Prime, I didn't know there was a past level 5. Yeah, it's a relatively recent change. There we go. And standard cannons, again, that's nothing there, nothing there. Now, loading up the capacitor, I'm going to say it's a solid 5. Middle of the road. Supplying the battery, however, to a cannon factory. I'm going to say this is a level 7. Well, no, I'll say it's a 6. It's just below supplying batteries to the main weapons themselves. Because if that's the reason why a gun isn't firing, I want it to fire. But, you know, it's a little bit half and half because that's probably the reason why an ammo-fed weapon isn't firing. But I'm going to leave that as a 6. The high explosive factory, much the same. But all of these then, they get a very low priority of just 2s. I don't want these being supplied as a priority at all. The tractor beam can be a 6. Sensor array, that gets an 8 along with my engine systems. Wow, Leafy Pew, thank you ever so much for the 21 months. Offensive weapons make me think of things like a poop cannon. I don't know what else I was expecting from someone with the name Leafy Pew. Asriel of the Lost, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Eden Orchard Ian again with another 5 gift subs. And Swift Squirrel with another 5 gift subs. And then Amy Coops with 1,000 bit. Oh my lord. Thank you so much, everyone. We are well on our way to a level 7 hype train. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. So many dappers with new robes. Fresh, warm robes right out of the airing closet. Lightly scented. Very careful with the scents, though, for sensitive skin. Okay, this should now mean that we have everyone we need, but I am seeing a bunch of energy supplies in these rooms. How about not? Go. That should make sure that the correct crew are in there. I'm going to need to move some of our supplies around a little bit. Now, we've got more than enough over here. 2 of you can go there. I don't need 2 over here. You can come down and go in there. That's 2. You don't have any. You've got 2. So, I'm going to need 2 from here to go in there. And that should give me everyone I need then. I believe these... Yeah, these bunks have everyone they need. So we've now got 1 spare person. We've got room for a little bit more in terms of our energy suppliers. I could steal 2 from you to move them over to porters. Alright, this is a pretty tight designation now with this ship, I feel. I'm quite happy with it. I think we've done a really good job, chat. I think the Scarab is much, much more effective than it was before. Alright, let's crack into a couple of other enemies now. Wish I could play a game with Aavak and multiplayer campaign. It would be awesome, but I understand that then everyone will run a place. So yeah. Yeah, we've been down that road. Though, on that note, we do have a vacancy for game night game. So that's not as unlikely as you might think. Right, going to take some time to burrow through this, but if we can get through this cannon and hit this ammo, then destroying the shield soon after will be fairly easy. So let's make this happen. Against this opponent, it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge for the Scarab to get through. Right, want you to back off. We're already through the shield. Nice. Need to hit that ammo supply, please and thanks. Pop. Very nice. Okay. At this point, you can just go through that weapons platform. Sorry, through the bridge. They'll present the cannon, but it's not really going to make any difference, I don't think. There we are. Beautifully done. No damage to the Scarab at all. Quick question, Aavak. Do you ever find yourself narrating what you're doing when you aren't streaming or recording? Yes, I do. I do. Occasionally. More often than not, it's limited to my internal monologue. Occasionally, I have found myself narrating, like out loud when I'm alone in a room, but that's very rare. More often than not, if Lady Sheilab is just chilling on my couch with, like, Tilly, for example, I'll be narrating to her as my audience without really thinking about it. But that's usually the extent of that. But I do quite often play games, and I'll kind of be... Because, obviously, I commentate in my second language, so there's a degree of translation that's always going on for that. And so that the part in my brain which is translating what I'm thinking into what I could say in English is still active. Yep. Loading up that sulfur is very, very nice. It looks like they were carrying sulfur around. Clever, clever. There we go. Marvelous. I do need to move these resources. You know what? What I could do for just the second is... Actually, if I go into management and I just tell you move this down here, I should be able to specifically tell you to move them. Not that it really is a problem to have it up there, but we'll see. Now that I've told them to do that, yeah, there we go. That was easier than faffing around with it. There we are, not bad. Right, let's find out what this unknown signal is. Titanium. Mark that down for future. Let's get over here, fugitive bounty. Lily's a beautiful cat. It's so nice to put a face to her after hearing so much about her. She is very, very beautiful. Ooh. Thrusters without power. Very dislike seeing that. Keep an eye out for anything like that, chat, if you could. To help me narrow down areas where I'm going to need to improve. It does look like my energy supplies are struggling. Now that could be partially because I don't have full complement on this ship right now. As much as I was hoping to reduce the amount of crew, it looks like we're struggling a little bit. And part of that will be simply because I have added so much more thrusters to the clusters. I'll never stop being fun to say. What? Did I? We cleaved the ship clean in half. Ah, that's fantastic. It's a transformer ship. I approve. Greatly. Okay, moving on. I guess I could drop a wreck marker. Honestly, though, I'm not actually finding that there is much reason to do that anymore. That said, though, I probably should have the Dapper 2 out there. The Hercules out there grabbing some wrecks. Ooh, hello. Uranium. And gold. Very nice. Ooh, that is not what I wanted to do. You go take care of that wreck, please. Alright, so, looks like we do need to flesh out the crew complement to have the thrusters as good as we would want them to be. Either that or put reactors right next to them. It's such a weird one, because at that point, I may as well just have lots of small reactors instead of one large one, but I feel that the efficiency of these huge batteries is really, really good. Maybe that's just in my head, though. Alright, let's nuke these if we can. Then we'll just burrow through. Right, there we go. Launch those boosters. Keep at range. With the boosters firing, we can comfortably outdistance our opponents. Without the boosters firing as boosters, they do start to get close, but we can just fire the boosters again. No, that's not too bad. I really do think that the Scarab is in a good place right now. Can you tell me how to make a second ship? Because that's the trouble for me. There is now a build new ship button in the latest update. But I actually do demonstrate making a new ship the old way. In fact, both of the old ways. The first second ship we got was basically captured the wreck of an enemy. Is there anything over here? No. Okay, then I must have already looted this area. Let's get down there. But the other way is to effectively build a section of your ship that's you can detonate to sever off a cockpit and crew quarters and stuff like that. So you effectively create a new ship. But yeah, that wobble the Scarab is having is whenever the thrusters run out of power. And it's mostly forward. I've not noticed it happen in reverse yet. So, oh, well, you're going to be easy to pop. I strongly suspect it's whenever we are... the main thrusters are drawing a little bit too much power for our suppliers to be able to get down to them in time. Go for the ammo, thank you, and then just go for the reactor after that. There we are. Okay, I would say that at this point the Scarab is once again a one-ship army. At least for these sectors. Certainly feels it. So the Hercules That can easily just tear all of this apart. Thanks, hope you're all having a great day, and hope you're enjoying his wonderful voice. What? Oh, you're talking to Chad. I was very confused. Yeah, I'd say put the double doors in the main corridor on the main reactor. That would help with the energy throughput for your engineers. You think? Oh, wrong ship. Yeah, I guess so, yeah, because they're having to step up. That's a good point. I wonder if they'll be intelligent enough to do it this way. We'll see, I guess. They've now literally got a fast track straight down to the engine room. So that should... I mean, I can't make it any better, basically. So that either fixes it or it does not.